Hello, my name is Diana Castro and you're watching Leaders with a Mission. And today I have someone so cool, you must meet her. Her name is Inge and let me tell you about her. Inge is the Director of Innovation at St. Stephen's Episcopal Day School. She's a visionary who implements growth mindset by creating a culture that empowers all learners to explore passions, interests, and future thought, play, and purpose. She works relentlessly with faculty and students to innovate learning at all levels, from integrating technology, implementing student-driven curriculum, initiating passion projects, fulfilling character education both in school and online, to creating digital portfolios to show reflective learning. Inge, with the assistance of the St. Stephen's Innovation Team and educators, shepherdheads ShiftinEdu, formerly known as Miami Device. ShiftinEdu is a 2-day learning event at St. Stephen's Episcopal Day School, bringing over 300 educators together from all over the world. And with that, I introduce you to Inge.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to share with us this little interview. I want to start by you sharing with me about ShiftinEdu, because I got to be part of it last year and I fell completely in love with what you guys are doing by bringing together educators from all over the world. It was people from Finland, there was people from all over the US, from Australia, and they were pretty cool people that are doing some amazing things in their countries, and they're bringing them here and sharing with them their success. So tell me about it.
ShiftinEdu brings together so many educators, and we all realize that something has to be done. It's not about the knowledge that we need to transfer, it's really about what we can do with that knowledge. So we had speakers from Finland, like you said, somebody that was in computational thinking. We had somebody from Australia, Kathy Hunt. She does beautiful things with art, yes. And not just visual art and incorporating all these new technologies that we have, but yet finding that balance of bringing it together and changing somebody's mind. We had Dr. Robert Brooks, who was amazing at all this positive psychology, which we need in society today. We had a speaker from Germany who started an experiential school, who takes this whole new thought and make it actually happen and educate kids with what really is important and finding out about themselves and being entrepreneurs and leading the world.
I really love that you guys are doing that, because I know education is one of those things that's kind of how we connected. Education is one of those things that gets me sparked on, because I truly believe that the world is changing so fast that there's jobs now that did not exist 10 years ago. And so what is going to happen to our kids? What's going to happen to them when, 10, 15 years from now, they're met with the real world? And we're educating with like old-fashioned, education system. And if we don't move forward, if we don't move education forward, then what's gonna be left for them? And I love that you guys are doing that. You guys are taking leadership and not waiting for somebody else to create something. I think that that's one of the things that I loved about St. Stephen's, that you guys took initiative and actually said, we wanna be the hub of innovation in education. So tell me something. What is your definition of leadership?
The definition of leadership is to empower others. As a leader, you don't tell somebody what to do. As a leader, you let somebody else take the reins and say, experiment with it. Take a chance, take a risk. And if it doesn't work, then let's make it better next time. So really giving everybody a voice in this change is so important, because otherwise the change is not going to happen. It's not coming from top down. It has to come from bottom up.
And the beauty of it is that change is inevitable. And if people resist it, they cannot move forward. And I think that you guys are allowing people to make mistakes, allowing people to kind of try new things. The what if effect. What if instead of having one teacher in front of the classroom, what if the student is in front of the classroom?
That's the beauty of my job. Being the director of innovation and dream about all these possibilities is really the best thing, is my passion. So trying new things like passion projects, where we say, you know what, let's find the time together. We found in our schedules time where different teachers got together and say, you know what, let's combine the time and let's try it. We're now in the second year. We learned from our first year. We're making it better as we go along, and we hope to even make it better next time. We are doing innovation playgrounds where we bring together students and faculty and let them experience with these new technologies, because these technologies are here. They're not going anywhere. They're growing exponentially. So now we need to bring up the methodology. So how can we incorporate it in our classroom?
And breaking the norm, kind of like challenging the status quo. It's kind of I think it's like the battery for you guys. That it's a little bit challenging sometimes to invite people to come to places that they have never met before. Right. And you guys do it in a playful way. It doesn't have to be painful. You guys make it playful.
Well, we have so many wonderful faculty members that really embrace this and take it in and say, yes, why not? We're implementing a new board with software that is doing some amazing collaborative possibilities that it has. And I have 3 teachers are like, yes, I want it. You know, we have more that say, why can't I have it? So really that helps a lot too. And then when we share these experiences with each other, then we learn from each other. We all learn from each other. I
love it. Yeah. I really, really enjoyed working with you guys, because even when we were creating, like when we sat down to create the video and I kind of showed you like my vision, and you guys were like, yes, and what if we do this? And what if we do that? And the what if, it's kind of like giving someone the key to a playground, to like creation, like from nothing to something, and let's explore. And I love it because you can see it in the kids that go to the school where they're so connected. They get to do things that maybe other schools don't have the opportunity to. And that is just beautiful.
Well, it's really about the whole child. It's not just, like I said, it's not academics only. It's really giving them the tools that they are going to need for the rest of their lives. It's about getting to know themselves. It's about speaking in public. It's about finding out, what do I like, what don't I like? What can I do with this knowledge? How can I make it interesting for my audience? That's really what we believe in.
I love it. So tell me, what has inspired you guys to take that leap of leadership? What do you think was the moment that you guys said, if we don't do this, nobody else is going to do it? Was there a moment that you guys realized that specifically?
I feel we've always been on the forefront, running and seeing what's out there, where the trend is going. I mean, we have an amazing head of school who is a forward thinker and thankfully embraces all these new ideas and lets us explore. I think being out there and listening to others and listening to the research that's out there, we know, say, okay, let's change it. Let's go for it. Let's try it. And always, but not just without a purpose. It has to have a purpose. We need to know why.
I love it.
Yes.
Because it's bringing back the conversation that we always started with. You know, why are you doing what you're doing?
Why are we doing what we're doing? We need to know what the purpose is. There has to be a purpose behind it.
So I think this kind of like probably answers itself, but what do you think is the number one ingredient people need for success?
I think they need to have a purpose. They need to know why they want to do what they want to do and what brings them there. The experiences, the knowledge from outside, research, but having purpose. If you know who your audience is and where you want to go, you have a vision, we can get there.
Yes. That's my motto. You're still in my conversation.
I'm so sorry.
Because
great minds think alike.
Yeah, I exactly say that all the time to the people that I work with. If I don't know where you want to go, I cannot take you there.
No.
I need to be able to understand everything that you are, and I need to understand who your audience is. How are you going to distribute it? Because different platforms need different things. It is a principle that translates in everything that we do. If there's no clarity of purpose, there's really there's really nothing there. So what mentors or books inspire you? What have been, can you give me the top 3 books that you would say you must read these 3 books because these books have changed the way I think?
Well, I said it. Why? Simon Sinek, he brings it all together and gives it purpose, the golden circle. Sir Ken Robinson, with his vision about how schools have to change, and the we drain creativity out of our children, so we need to bring that back. And then a third one would be The Innovator's Mindset by George Couros.
That's in my list of books to read.
And I can list so many more, but really The Innovator's Mindset, and I read The Growth Mindset before that, but the Innovator's Mindset takes it one step further. So yes, we can learn. Yes, with the help of someone, I can get there, and you can put your mind to it. But then it goes one step further with the Innovator's Mindset and say, now what can I do with it? How can I make the world a better place?
I think it's beautiful what you just said, because it kind of goes back to what we were talking about before we started rolling cameras, which is sometimes we wait for somebody else to go first. We wait for somebody else to do it because, if it's safer. It's safer to, give that power to somebody else. But true leadership comes when you own it, when you own up to something and you say, if it hasn't been done, let me be the first one.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know who it was that said it, but I believe it's Austin Kleon that says, "Here's your comfort zone," but that's where the magic happens.
Yes.
So you do need to take a chance,
and take a leap of faith. Yes. So you can. So, in this process of leadership, what have you struggled with that you would say that has been the seed for your success? Because sometimes we see failure as something horrible, but what I see often say from leaders again and again and again is that if this wouldn't have happened to me, I wouldn't have done this. Can you recall of something, an event or something that you've struggled with that now is kind of like your propeller to greatness?
I think I can go way back. It's when I first moved here to Miami. I took a leap of faith. I met my husband, he lives here, I'm from Holland, came over here, I took a chance. And here I am 30 years later, but I learned to embrace change and not fear it. Because some people say, you have a loss when you leave one place, you leave behind family, you leave behind friends. But when you come here, you can also look at it and say, well, I didn't lose those friends, I'm getting more friends.
Yes.
So embracing the change for me has been easy. Now the hardest part is to get everybody else on that bandwagon. Because I think I am, somebody says it's really funny. They say, okay, she's already in the airplane while we're still in the terminal in the bathroom. Because I think way ahead. And then to have everybody come with you is difficult. So I've learned to listen to everybody and say, and also admit, when you make a mistake, admit you make a mistake. You know what? That did not work.
Yeah.
Let's try it differently. What do you think?
That's beautiful. I really, really, really enjoy what you're saying, because that's part of growth.
Yes.
And that's part of being a leader.
Yes.
When you own up, again, going back to the same thing, you have to own it. What kind of impact do you want to leave in the world?
I hope I can see the change that is so necessary in education. That everyone has an education, not that everyone has an education, but that everybody can afford the education that they deserve. One education for everyone.
Oh, that's beautiful. Can you tell me, like, kind of like to close up, when is the next Shift in EDU? And what can we expect? What can we expect from it?
I can't wait. So it'll be October 24 and 25th in 2019. And we are bringing some amazing speakers back. It'll have a different format. I'm always an advocate for change, so I want to use many different formats. I want to have more panels, more workshops, more engaging conversations. So I'm looking at different speakers. I do believe we have Jenna McGeera already established, Ken Shelton, who's about equity. And I'm really hoping, and I can't say it because that one I don't know, but it's an inspiring keynote speaker with a beautiful message.
I love it. I cannot wait to be there because
I know
last year was really, really cool with people that are completely and devoted to education, to making a change, to challenging what the norm says and making it better. And there's nothing more energizing than to be surrounded with people who are passionate and who are really willing to take a stand for what they believe. And I so admire that with you guys. Thank you so much for trusting everything with us, and I hope we can continue this.
Thank you for being there. You made
conversation.
Amazing things happen. So yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So if you would like to know more about Inge and St. Stephen's, tell us where we can find you.
You can find us on sseds.org or ShiftinEdu.com.
Beautiful. And for those who are leaders, or maybe they're trying to position their brand as a leader in the industry, I invite you to visit us at forproductions.com, where you can find resources and tools that will help you use video to magnify your voice and make a bigger impact in the world. Till next time.